Ever wondered how to make pita bread at home? Imagine the joy of biting into a fresh, warm piece of pita bread made with your own hands. It's easier than one might think, and the results are worth every bit of effort. Step 1 is to gather the ingredients. For this recipe, all that's needed is some all-purpose flour, a pinch of salt, a touch of sugar, warm water, and dry yeast, household staples that might already be in your pantry. The second step is to activate the yeast. Mix the yeast and sugar in warm water and set it aside for about 5 minutes. Watch as bubbles form on the surface. That's the yeast coming to life. Next, it's time to make the dough. Combine the flour and salt in a large bowl. Then, pour in the yeast mixture. Mix everything together until it forms a dough. It may be a bit sticky, but that's okay. Once the dough comes together, knead it. This step might take about 10 minutes, but it's an essential part of the process. Kneading helps develop the gluten in the dough, giving the pita its unique texture. With the dough kneaded, it's time to let it rest. Place the dough in a greased bowl, cover it, and let it rise for about 2 hours. It should double in size. This is the yeast doing its magic. After the dough has risen, divide it into small balls. Each of these will become a pita. Roll each ball into a flat circle. The thinner it is, the better the pita will puff. Now, heat a pan over medium heat. No oil is needed. Place a rolled dough circle on the hot pan and cook it for about 30 seconds to 1 minute on each side. The pita should start to puff up, creating that iconic pocket. And there you have it, fresh homemade pita bread. In summary, making pita bread involves gathering the ingredients, activating the yeast, making and kneading the dough, letting it rise, dividing and rolling it out, and finally cooking it on a hot pan. It's a process that takes time and a bit of effort, but the result is a warm, fluffy piece of pita bread that's perfect for dipping into hummus, stuffing with falafel, or simply enjoying on its own. So why not give it a try? There's nothing quite like homemade pita bread.